Welcome, everybody, to another lesson in understanding AI, how to use it, and most importantly for you, how to monetize it. I'm here with my friend, the great Richard Brasser, and he is going to tell you shit you have no idea existed, and you're going to go, oh, wow, I didn't know that. So let's start out by talking about the difference between a proprietary platform and an open platform, an open source platform. Yeah, so open source is like ChatGPT and Copilot and things that you're aware of, the Apple version of it, the Google version of it, the good version of it, the bad version of it, whatever. But it is there to help you understand what you can do to augment your sales career. It's there to help you understand how to write an email or how to pick out a subject line for an email or how to make a tweet that everybody else uses, but that's a whole other story. And maybe Richard can elaborate a little bit further on that.
Well, I think it's an amazing tool. So I don't want to talk it down too much.
Oh, correct.
It's something that has literally changed the world. For those of us who have been in AI for 20 years, and some of the people that are 1,000 times smarter than me, they've been in it for 35 years. Igor Jablokov, who invented Siri and Alexa, mainly Alexa, but helped with Siri, and helped develop a lot of the proprietary platforms that we're using. They were at IBM when AI was just starting, and so and the guys from OpenAI and from DeepBrain and all of those projects, they have created something that has changed the world and will continue to change the world. I think the difference is, and what you're kind of getting at, and what we've been harping on a little bit, is the different use of technologies. AI is not just one thing. If you ask almost anybody, hey, what is AI? They would say essentially it's ChatGPT. So that's what they've been able to experience.
Meanwhile, there's 1,500 AI platforms at the moment, and likely to be 10,000 within the next couple of years.
For sure. And the term AI covers everything from a simple regression formula that somebody could write in about 5 minutes, all the way to the most sophisticated thing you've ever seen in your life that has taken decades. And so the differences between, to somebody that knows, is amazing. But to the general public, it sounds the same, it looks the same. It is very difficult to describe.
But it's the difference between a beat up old Volkswagen and a Rolls Royce.
Right. Well, it's kind of like the story you've heard that I saw it, I don't know, I'm sure on Facebook or something, where the guy takes a car to his local dealership and says, how much would you give me, for this whatever, 19,
right,
whatever car. And he's like, I'll give you $800.
Right.
And then he takes it to somebody who knows a little bit more, they'll give him 5,000. And the other guy, the club has $1 million.
Yeah.
So understanding, and it depends what you're trying to use it for. If you are trying to get from here to 5 miles away, it's worth it for the car, a few $100. So when you're thinking about AI, it's what problem are you trying to solve? If you want to aggregate all of the knowledge that's in the internet and have an assistant that will compile it, put it together, generate it in a way that seems really smart, OpenAI or Gemini or Claude are brilliant. I mean, it's amazing. Can do better than you spending several hours researching and trying to put it together and trying to write, especially if you're a bad writer.
Exactly.
But that's
different. Or lazy. Yeah, let's not eliminate that.
But that's very different than trying to get specialized. If you're trying to get specialized knowledge, especially from a particular person or a particular group of people, that's a very different problem to solve.
Or it's a different issue because you're wanting a different outcome.
Correct.
I need an answer versus I need to make more sales and make more money.
Correct. But it's also the litmus test of, is it proprietary? Is it highly scalable? If you say, hey, I want to put a ton of information into ChatGPT, the consumer level is about 20,000 characters. That's not a lot of information.
No.
You can buy up to where you can put in, thousands of pages. That's still not a lot of information. We're talking something that could have millions of pages or hundreds of thousands of pieces of content. So,
but keep in mind that there's a thing called copyright.
Right.
And when you have proprietary information and it's copywritten information and you put it into an open AI format, you pretty much lose your
Yes.
copyright. You
100%.
don't lose it. You still have it, but it becomes worthless because the whole world has your info, and most of the time it's not attributed to you.
Well,
It's just used.
Well, there's two parts to a problem. One is putting it out there. So if you, and there's a we talked about it before. There's lots of legal cases right now
Oh yeah.
of copyrighted information being inside ChatGPT's brain. It was trained on the internet. It can't take it out. You can't say, hey, delete that file. It's not how it works.
No.
And so if it's answering based on New York Times articles, or it's answering in part based on, Forbes content or your books, you can't undo it. But the second part of the problem starts to surface. So you put information into the general world, but the part where it can't give attribution and can't give you a specific answer on where it found, how it got to that answer, then you don't have the ability to test its authenticity, its correctness, how specific it is. And that is where the value lies in somebody trying to be trained on something like sales.
I'm going to throw something at you that you're going to see it in a future webinar. And the webinar is that I have a lot of books, like 17 books. And some
16.
of them fall on the ground, but here's a bunch of them. Okay. And these are my books, and I've taken pictures with my books. But if you go to ChatGPT and say, hey, what are Gitomer's 17 books? Show me a picture. You're going to get the most erroneous response on the planet, because it doesn't really understand how to portray me. It only understands how to portray it. So it goes to Amazon, it goes to wherever it goes and compiles a bunch of information and then creates some phony document. And that's what you're going to get. Now, it is inaccurate. I was going to say it's not inaccurate.
Well, it's terribly inaccurate.
Yeah.
So, and that's if it was farcical, that would be one thing, because then nobody would trust it.
Correct.
But it sounds when I first did it, and we were doing a bunch of tests for Jeffrey's content and things like that, because we have had a lot of, people that are well-intentioned, less knowledgeable, said, oh, well, you can just ask ChatGPT stuff about Jeffrey's content and you can find answers. Yes, you can find answers. You can find correct answers.
Right.
Or very exquisite answers.
And the answer, the challenge is, what is a correct answer worth to you? Because you're just trying to make another sale. You're putting yourself out there to a customer and you go, okay, what's the best opening question I can ask when I walk into a sales call? What's the best way to close a sale? What's the best way to continue a relationship or build a relationship after that sale has taken place? And when you understand that my answers are proven over time through millions of characters that I've actually written myself. No one ghostwrites for me. I write everything, and it's all based on my personal experience as a salesperson in New York City, banging on doors for 3 years when I was younger, all the way to today, another 45 years later. So my challenge to you is, this is a platform, a proprietary platform that has my information. I'm not going to say it's better than, I'm going to say it's different than.
Yeah.
And that difference is going to show up in your wallet when you decide, look, I got to make a $100,000 sale to this customer, or I have to make 3 more sales before my quota is due. Those are the things that people rely on me for. And right. if you ask ChatGPT how to do it, you're going to get a general answer, and worse, you're going to get the same answer that 100 other people got by asking it some question.
But you're also going to you're going to not have the ability to dig deeper on that subject.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to have the ability to be taken to where that answer came from, so you can understand more. And you're not going to be able to have a collection that is created for you on the topic. So let's say I may have asked a question about building a relationship early on in the sales process, and you gave some great advice. Well, that's in the general topic of bonding and rapport or something like that. And the content is not categorized like that. That's the brilliance of AI, is that in your platform, you're going to be able to say, hey, I really want to learn about that topic.
Yeah. What else?
Where else?
Yeah. What else has Gitomer written on that? And the answer is plenty.
Right.
I mean, I've been writing for 30 years, so I have And I've been writing every day for 30 years. So the wisdom that you need for selling, the wisdom that you need to build to make more sales or build a relationship or ask questions or network or overcome objections, it's all there. And all you have to do is query it and you'll get an answer in a millisecond.
Correct.
And you'll get it in any language. And you'll get it in text or verbal. It's just scary.
Well, and I think that, we've had a few videos, videos, we've had a few posts, we had the private unveiling of the concept, right? So we're going to be demoing the platform soon. And you have used, it's one thing when you know so much, but now we're talking to an outside audience and, they haven't been included in all the conversations.
Right.
I mean, this has been a tremendous amount of work.
I promise we will let you in. This is not a secret. What we're trying to do is develop it in a way where you will not believe the outcome.
Right.
I think that's the easiest way to phrase it.
And it's, we don't have to wait very long.
No.
But you've used the word proprietary, and I'm probably mostly to blame for that because I use that as well.
I like it.
Yes. But I think we have to define proprietary of why should somebody care?
And we're going to do that in the very next lesson.
There's
Thanks
the
for being here
cliffhanger.
today.
All right.
Oh, I love cliffhangers. Take care of your people, take care of your customers, take care of your family, and stay away from idiots. Cheers till next time.